Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is Go Again, a fabulous video cast covering the trading card game Flesh and Blood. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
Hello Fab folks, welcome back to Dice Commando and Go Again, a fabulous cast. Andrew with you here as always, and thanks very much for joining me today. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks with pre-release and then actual pack cracking and then, just everything going on. But I had an opportunity a couple times this week to sit down with Josh the intern. We jammed out some Blitz games. I've had a couple other games I've been able to get in. And what I wanted to do tonight, and then actually the video that follows this, I'm going to shoot them subsequent, is I want to go through my Boltyn Blitz deck and my Prism Blitz deck. Those are the two decks that I've really been working on. Now, to be clear, I don't own all of these cards yet, right? But these are kind of the dream decks. It's the one of the advantages of TTS. So hopefully when Unlimited comes out, I can get these on the table. So tonight we're going to be looking at Boltyn. Hey folks, thanks for joining me tonight. Like I said, I just wanted to go through my Boltyn Blitz deck. Now, I'll show it up here in a second. Now, this is what I've been playtesting with. I had made a couple of changes after the first time, which is what I'm showing now. Now, one change that we haven't tested, although we think is valid, is, and let's just go ahead and talk about the card. So, Celestial FU in the A, which is what I've been calling it, Celestial Beatdown, Celestial Cataclysm. I didn't originally think that this card would work for Boltyn, right? Because Boltyn generally, he has, I mean, we can talk a lot about Boltyn at the end, but he has a challenge in that he has to charge the turn to kind of work, at least the way I'm trying to play him, which very well could be the wrong way. But there was one game that Josh and I played where I ended up with 3 cards in my soul. Actually, it might have been 4. Either way, point is, I had enough cards in my soul just from the way things worked out that maybe we were thinking that one of the yellows could have swapped out for probably just run 1 Celestial Beatdown. And I do think that's the right way to do. So we can talk, I mean, probably that'll go into the Solar Tide slot maybe. But either way, let's go ahead and go through the deck, and we can kind of talk about the challenges around Boltyn and how to play it. So first up, I am running. I mean, it's Blitz, so you have the slots, but this is a Raydn deck, right? Raydn, right? Whatever, right? It's a Raydn deck. So the idea is to pump, charge, and then swing for free at the pump. So we have Raydn, we have both the hatchets, of course, and then we have the skull cap, we have the bracers, the courage, a blade hold. Now, let's be very clear, courage really isn't needed here. Right, and basically it's completely worthless. Even if you do run the hatchets, it's worthless to you. But it defends for 2, and then it defends for 1, and then it blows up. So it's really okay. And then I've got a Null Rune package, and then the Bolters and Valiant Dynamo. I'll be honest, in every game that I've played so far, the Refraction Bolters actually have been the one I've been going with. I haven't actually gotten the Dynamo on the table yet, even though it seems pretty good, but I've been going with Bolters. So for Red Pitch, we have 2 Battlefield Blitz. This card's crazy good if you can charge into it, which usually you can. 2 Bolt of Courage. This is another card that you can just throw on kind of a weird turn. If things work out weird, you can throw a Bolt of Courage down. Most of the time they're going to block it because they don't want to get you the draw. But again, it's just 0 for 3, so you just throw it down even if it's your only card. Dusk Path Pilgrimage. This one lets Raydn swing again. And remember, if you're using Raydn, you've already charged, right? Otherwise, you're not using it generally. So that's why Dusk Path's in there just as the red pitch. 2 Express Lightning. I don't know why you wouldn't run that as a 0 for 4. Plus, it's a light card, which is valuable because remember, V for the Vanguard, which we'll get to in a sec. You have to charge light for that one. Fate for Scene, 2 Illuminates, another 0 for 4. That one goes into Soul if it hits. 2 Sink Belows, 2 Take Flights. We're running 6 Take Flights. That one's pretty essential to him. And then 2 Red Valiant Thrusts. That one swings for a total of 7. So you do want to run that version of it. Yellow, we have Battlefield Blitz again. Boltyn Blade, obviously. 2 Cross the Lines there. That would be the one I think I would swap out for Celestial Beatdown, by the way. 2 Express Lightnings again. Rising Solar Tide, Take Flight, and then Via of the Vanguard. I think most of those are explanatory. The Rising Solar Tide, actually, I know I said before maybe that was the slot, and it could be. It's just that one's the 1 for 5, and again, if it hits, it goes into your soul. So actually, if you're running Celestial, you probably don't want to swap that one out. Yeah, you'd probably go with Cross the Line. Blue, we're running 2 Bolt of Courage Blue. I really like that one blue because if you do throw it down for 1, like, are they going to block it? Maybe, like, well, late is what I'm saying, right? Because late, wait till they're kind of popped on equipment. Generally, they're either going to overblock it or you're going to be able to get your draw out of that. Steelblade Shunt, obviously. 2 Take Flights, again, 6 Take Flights, and then 2 Valiant Thrust there. So the reason you run the 7, or you run the red, for Valiant Thrust for 7, and then you run the blue Valiant Thrust just to have it, because again, it's one of those, it gets a +3 no matter what, regardless of what pitch it is. So it's kind of like a return on value thing running it blue. So there's the deck. Now the strategies, there's not too, I don't think it's too advanced strategy here, right? What you're trying to do is do something like a Take Flight or a Via the Vanguard you do that into a charge into Raydn, right? So the weakness here is that you're always a 3-card hand. You're mostly always a 3-card hand because you need to pitch to pay, you need to charge, and you need to play the card. So depending on your setup, sometimes you can get more out of it. But there's, again, like I said, this isn't super complicated to play. Like the great combos here, or they're not really the combos because it's pretty clear, but you can Take Flight in Battlefield Blitz. Battlefield Blitz then would get the go again, and then you can Raydn. And again, you're probably using your arsenal at that point. And then you have kind of your off-turn stuff, right? Because again, if you're using the 3 and 4 card combos, you're kind of trying to go on-off turn type of stuff. So that's why the 0 for 4s or the 0 for 3s are really important in this deck, because it can still throw something out that they have to think about kind of in that off time. And if they don't block it, then it goes into your soul. And that's why we've kind of come to the conclusion that even though it's not in this list, running a Celestial Beatdown is probably the right way to go. I don't know, just because that way they have to worry about it, right? If things go into your soul, right? That's my point, is if they know you're not running it, then they're not as worried about stuff going in your soul that's not going to combo, right? Because otherwise it just sits there. So I think we've decided that the 1 Celestial is probably the way to go. I just haven't decided where to slot it in, and I think probably what you should do personally is run this list a couple times for you and see how it fits your personal playstyle, and then kind of decide where to slot it in. Like you may even want to slot it in the Battlefield Blitz slot for yellow, right? So this is pretty much the list. Some of the favorite plays on here are to Take Flight into that's the one that is, that's why we're running Dusk Path, is you Take Flight into Dusk Path, and then because Take Flight naturally has go again, and then you can actually use your charged card to swing again with Raydn, right? So it's Take Flight for whatever. Doesn't matter if they block it or not, because it has go again if you charge, and then you get a +3, so then Raydn swinging for 6. 7 if they block it with an attack action. Either way, it's plus, so you can chuck, and then you can swing again for 3, maybe 4. Right, so what you're seeing is this constant stream out of this deck of multi-hit attacks that are significant attacks. And even if you can't for some reason get Raydn, like the Battlefield Blitz things, Battlefield Blitz is obviously better than Valiant Thrust in my opinion because it's more attacks. But again, a simple Take Flight into a Valiant Thrust for 7 doesn't suck. And if you have the 3 pitch, effectively, Boltyn Blade can do the same thing, right? A Take Flight, pitch, Boltyn Blade, and that's swinging 7 as well for your full turn. So you have really a lot of options here that you don't get so much into the range where you have to have specific cards to pair with each other. Basically, as long as you have a V or a Take Flight, you can really start to do some crazy stuff. And on those turns where you don't have it, or maybe you need to arsenal one to try to combo something up, you can throw out a 0 for 3 or a 0 for 4. So that's pretty much it. Again, like I said, this is why I like the Raydn thing, is because it swings for the 0 with the +3. Obviously, the hatchets offer you more utility, but this is really pump type deck. So that's the way I've gone with it. I've been enjoying it. We'll see how the optimization goes in the future, but I'd really like to hear, kind of what you guys are thinking. What have you guys played with? Josh has showed me, his hatchet version. I know there's plenty of hatchet versions. I know there's a sword version out there. It was funny. Josh had, kind of hit me up. I think, I don't know, maybe it was going into release week, and he was like, hey, what do you think about Boltyn with sabers? And I was like, I don't know. So I thought that was a really good idea. I haven't really played around with it, but I know that's going out there as well. So again, let us know in the comments how everything's going. By the way, I just wanted to remind everybody, it's about singles time. Actually, Fab Foundry's been doing some cracks. So remember, if you're looking for singles to fill out your first edition stuff, head on over to Fab Foundry. If you use that link code, it gives me a kickback, which I can then use to get my singles. So. And then if you sealed product, if you're looking for your unlimited stuff, remember that Gongai Games, you can use code Commando10 at checkout. I don't see any kickback from that, but it helps support our LGS. They're good people over there. So code Commando10 at checkout, 25 and over is free shipping in the US. They're good people over there. So check them out as well. So anyway, let me know what you guys are thinking. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Go Commando.